এবার দেখো আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে
So what happened in financial arrangements? Let me walk you through some of the things that we are able to complete.
ইনস্টিলের লোক কোথায়?
ছিল চলে গেল
কেউ ভেতরে ঢুকতে পারছে না, যাও গিয়ে বলো কেউ ঢুকতে পারছে না। আমাদের বলো ডিরেক্টর ওয়েট করছেন সরোজ পুনানি ম্যাম এন্ড আদার্স ঢুকতে পারছে না, শুনতে পারছে না কিছু।
Of approximately 157. During the year, we secured orders close to 200 crores in new additional funds, including a very significant order from Congo Container Corporation of India for new supply and operational maintenance. By the way, this order was run by Congo did not give us any order, we did not win any order in API for last 12 years. Last order was, I think, 2014. After that, we got this order. Operation and maintenance, something which I was not doing earlier. Also, we got orders for defense equipment from the Indian Armed Forces. These are not transactional wins. They are multi-year relationships that give us revenue, visibility. We are from our commission with some of India's most important institutions. Regarding the products, I think financial year 2026 was the most productive year of innovation for your company in the last more than 1 decade. The excellent 2025 and in December, we did not return to India's largest construction equipment exhibition as a legacy name. We return as an innovator. We return as use.
শুধু অডিও
We launched three new entirely new products.
ক্যামেরা এখনো বন্ধ
We have
কেবল
carry in 5.5, 15 gram carry.
ওরা কালকে এসেছিলাম ইন্টারনেট চেক করতে, ক্যামেরার লোক এসেছিল, ওরা কোনো ক্যামেরা ফিরে আনেনি। ক্যামেরা
We also came out with
ক্যামেরা আনেনি।
this is helpful for all container operations after the
রিস্টার্ট করব।
and the TMS 85 upgrade, which was the need of our customers for
শুধু অডিও আসছে।
Three products were designed and engineered in less than 18 months time, prototyped and then presented in this. I remember my colleague who was the manager of CEO, he came to Bangalore and he said in his lifetime, he has not seen an engineering company which take over.
না 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 কিছু কিছু বিষয় ওদের দেখা আমি বলে যে ক্যামেরা ভাড়া করা হয়েছে সেই ক্যামেরা
This was a very big achievement for me. Really, I want to join hands with all of you and give our engineering team a heads up that what we have achieved is really, really amazing. In financial year 2023, we had spoken of a pipeline of higher capacity. We had always been talking about the traditional product which was the high capacity. We also spoke about an IP-backed commitment participant that could bring unprecedented value to office. The carrying 5.5 is that commitment.
তারা আমাদের ডিরেক্টর ঢুকতে পারছে না, আর লোকে বলছে বাংলায় শুনছে, তার মানে বাইরের টিচার বলছে শোনা যাচ্ছে, ভেতরে শোনা যাচ্ছে না।
কিন্তু তো ফিড এখান থেকে দেওয়া
এটা কেন হচ্ছে না? সাউন্ড ইন বেঙ্গলি ইজ নাও উইথ পিপল স্পিকিং, তো এখানে তো আর কেউ সেটা হচ্ছে না না।
6 years we shall be launching 20-ton version of
এটা যে শুনতে যেন পায় আনডাউটেডলি সেটা দেখুন।
We got the our defense team and the 556. We were not so nicely penetrated in some games, maybe we thought Butler, who has been captain of the movie, he has joined us, and now we are looking at multiple naval clubs. We secured significant new orders from the Indian Armed Forces and specialized people. Building on our defense capabilities and outstanding as a trusted partner to the Indian Army, in the Navy, and in there are multiple product inquiries, as I was saying, that the defense establishment has sent us for fresh product. We are evaluating them carefully to see what will make best sense, and we will keep you posted. Coming to operations, our plans have significantly scaled up streamlined operations, and our teams have calibrated optimum plan to loading with critical technology being manufactured in-house, while some of the very common components which are available in outsourced to our trusted. Many of our products may not require full loading inside the plant. So we take it from the well already control the plant capacity free for more value of the product inside the company, while some of the common things which are happening inside the plant, those components that component we installed vendor. This has freed up some of the avoidable level of the our manufacturing quality remarkable improvement on the CF visibility. The ambitious 2-year strategic vision that we launched in March 2026 for significant material cost optimization and component level utilization to bring down our product costs and enhance our return. The results of the mission would become fully reflected in our numbers in FY 2027 to FY 2023. It will take those unique quarters, 8 to 10 quarters for the entire long vehicle effort. SAP, as you know, SAP as an ERP is very important. The company is not in profit, despite that the management decided, the board decided that we need to invest in a very good ERP system for the company. We have started implementing SAP from our facility, bringing real-time visibility and financial discipline to every part of our business. I'm very happy, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to share with you that today is an important day in our lives. After this meeting, after the end of the meeting, I've been requested by my team to formally launch SAP S4 HANA operations. Today, we will launch that operation. This means that tomorrow, 30th of July onwards, every single invoice that we will issue will be on SAP, not junk presentations. This will bring a lot of sense of consistency and much better control on the present. We have also deployed a software, new software platform for customer relationship management CRM system to sharpen our sales and focus. And a new human resource management system, external system, software-based system, has also been launched to modernize how we manage our people. Our 1 kilowatt supermarket now meets approximately 90% of their plant's energy needs. And working with IIM Mumbai, we have been able to implement new capacity utilization and incentive framework for our plants and our workers that is already improving how we run our shop floor operation. Ladies and gentlemen, our operations today are more agile, they are more responsive, they are more efficient than we have been ever before. On strategic expansion, as you all know, in the February 2026, we announced earlier this calendar year, we announced the acquisition of a 60% stake in TIL Compression Private Limited, giving us a general foothold in India's clean energy infrastructure space, spanning CNG, LNG, and hydrogen compression as well as dispensing system. Next, I want to thank all the shareholders for supporting this move of TIL. We completed this foundation of previous celebration. We are very India is one of the fastest growing best sector entities. They are two capabilities. We able to expand into strong significant market. Our very They are clear engineering expertise and are long-term growth strategy. Will facilitate several new areas of manufacturing, will free manufacture instruments sold in the coming years. And some of these products we have mentioned in our notification of Ladies and gentlemen, in financial year 2026, we hosted our shareholders for a planned visit to Kharagpur and to Samarkand summer camp. This was first time after several, I think more than a decade, many of our shareholders visited. I really wanted all of you, we already all wanted all of you to see the transformation of hard work that is going on in the shop floor of our workers and management staff. I'm very thankful and grateful to many of you who have taken time out and visited our facilities. Many of you have separately visited after that. Maybe one shareholder or the same shareholder will visited the facilities of a few guests. And it was nice. Our team felt spirited because you encouraged that your presence encourages them to do well. In financial year 2026, we also strengthened our board positions with the addition of Mr. Anurag Srivastava, who is sitting on my extreme left, and Mr. Vijay Singh Chauhan, who's on virtual call. Both of them bring valuable expertise in engineering, public administration, logistics, and institutional advisory roles that they have played on the navigating reality, why 25-26 growth got impact. Now, all of you can ask me, am I satisfied with my performance with our collective performance in 2026 financial year? I would say no. We have felt disappointed. We have disappointed many of you, and I sincerely want to show you that it has been despite our best efforts and because the results have been largely brought up. I want to count all the failures that we have been face to face with this year on the channel. Dear shareholders, I would not be giving you a complete picture if I really spoke of what went right. This has been a year of real progress, no doubt, but it has also been a year of unprecedented external headwinds. This was a year in which geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, alongside sustained trade and tariff uncertainty between the countries, disrupted our supply chains like never before. And it put input costs across all heavy manufacturing in global. What we felt in India, our partners felt in the US, our partners felt in Europe and India. A significant portion of the projected turnover in the last quarter of financial year 2026 did not materialize due to critical componentry from Europe could not reach Indian shores in time due to bottlenecks. That last quarter was critical for some of the critical supplies for our customers that unfortunately it shifted to we offer it as context because we want to take this is the context because I really believe our shareholders deserve to know not only what we achieved but the larger environment in which we have been able to achieve the complete result. The fundraising environment ladies and gentlemen, it turned motility more cautious in financial. You have seen how the stock market has been and how investor appetite for equity has been muted. With heightened market volatility and political uncertainties, needed several companies to reassess. Many of the companies have deferred their capital plans. Against this backdrop, certain initiatives that we wanted to take, you would recall that our first equity raise we had approved sometime in January, February 2020, what was achieved in April time frame of this year. So some of these initiatives got actually delayed, impacting the pace of capital. We successfully completed, and I wanted to thank all of you, we successfully completed our rights issue immediately after the financial year, raising approximately 200 crore, strengthening our financial position, reducing our debt, and providing additional flexibility to support our strategic innovation. This is helping us to scale up our operations in this financial phase. Ladies and gentlemen, large player in capital goods space, heavy engineering and infrastructure building equipment space. TIL's momentum is inextricably linked to the broader rhythm of global and domestic industrial activity. We are not separate. How the entire industry performs, sector performs, we are part of it. During financial year 25-26, the global environment underwent complex turbulence. And TIL had its own share of headwinds and impact. These global and macro environmental realities certainly impacted our volumes and our offtakes and tempered top line momentum for us in last year. But let me state this very clearly. These external headwinds were only speed bumps. They were not the roadblocks. They did not alter our destination. Rather, they forced us to optimize faster, but through redundancies and build an internal architecture capable of withstanding global uncertainties. Over the past year, rather than retreating, we chose to reinforce our foundations and further strengthen our company as the opportunity ahead of us is truly unprecedented. What lies ahead for us in this direction? The Union budget release for 26-27 raised India's public expenditure to approximately 12.2 lakh crore, an increase of about 9% over the previous financial year. Continuing, this reflected continuation of a decade-long six-fold increase in public capex since financial year 15. This capex is explicitly directed at the sectors that drive demand for material handling and construction equipment like TILs, on defense, a sector we have just to review is central to our future. The Union budget allocated a record 7.85 lakh crore. Important thing is, out of the 7.85 lakh crore, 1.39 lakh crore, or roughly 3/4 of the capital acquisition budget, specifically has been reserved for procurement from the Indian industry. This is not incidental to our strategy. It is the single most direct validation of the defense positioning that TIL, your company, has built over the last 7 years. As we enter financial year 26-27, our priorities are very clear. Further cost optimization across all our core product lines, aggressive commercialization of the new products that our team has designed, strengthening our rebuild and repair infrastructure, something which in the past we have neglected, and deepening our defense order pipeline and building a connected asset ecosystem through digital integration. You will be surprised to know that all TIL cranes which are now going out are digitally connected. We are able to, in times ahead, hopefully do predictive maintenance of our equipment or tell the customers about the machine performance telephone. And the customer will not even know, but we will be able to decipher the performance from distance. Ladies and gentlemen, India is writing an extraordinary chapter of self-reliance, industrial readiness, and infrastructure-led nation building. The vision of an Atmanirbhar Bharat is not just a policy directive for us, it is an historic mandate for many Indian countries. I assure you, TIL will play its rightful role in this resurgent growth. Today, we are leaner, more agile, financially stronger, and strategically aligned with the nation's highest growth priorities. Our order book, our plant modernization, and our passionate team, they all give me this sense of absolute confidence that we will achieve together in years ahead to do something very, very significant. On behalf of the entire board, I thank you all, our dear shareholders, for your continued trust and patience for believing in the legacy of TIL and the promise of future. To our customers, thank you for your continued trust. To our vendors and stakeholders, thank you for your partnership. And above all, we are devoted to you, our shareholders, once in our to whom we offer our best to make thanks for the information. I wish to also specifically thank our employees for their resilient and unfailing hard work together, and to our board members for guiding us through this legacy. The path ahead is bright, mission is very clear, and together we will make TIL a company, all of you, all of us, ready to. Thank you everyone for your support and so on. I wanted to inform all the shareholders that 4 proxies of shareholders representing 29 shares have been received by us today, of which all the proxies are good. We have not received any representation from corporate shareholders, which are there are 150 number of shareholders present physically at the venue, and 20 number of shareholders that joined us through the video conferencing that facilitated by UC. So thank you guys for that. The register of directors shareholding has been kept here and will remain open and accessible throughout the continuation of the meeting. There is section 173 of the company law in 2030. Can we please wait with some later? Notice of meeting. With the permission of the members present, I take the notice convening the meeting as read. We shall now take up the business to be conducted in the meeting. With the permission of the members, I now request Mr. Nani Chatterjee, Company Secretary, to read out the auditor's report of the members, which has been circulated to the members.
Hello. Good morning, our respected shareholder. Once again, I welcome you all. So this is the mandatory requirements of reading the sanitary auditor's report. I hope you have already everybody gone through it. So I'm starting with it. Independent auditor's report to the members of TIL Limited. First time. Okay, sure. To the members of the TIL Limited, report on the audit of the standalone financial statements. We have audited the accompanying standalone financial statements of TIL Limited, which comprise the standalone balance sheet as at March 31, 2026, the standalone statement of profit and loss, including the standalone statement of other comprehensive income, the standalone statement of cash flow, the standalone statement of changes in equity for the year, then index and notes to the standalone financial statements, including a summary of material accounting policies and other explanatory information, thereafter referred to as standalone financial statement. So thereby ends the first paragraph. So as requested by all the shareholders, I am going to the last one. So further, other than consequential impact of the exceptions given above, the audit trail has been preserved by the company as per the statutory requirements for record retention where such feature was included. Thank you all. I will request Cindy sir to please continue with the meeting procedure.
Thank you, Rani. I will now invite members to express their views. They are first invite members attending to the VC to present the views, followed by members attending to the second parliamentary one. I request the company secretary to call upon the speakers who are registered here to the company.
Hello. Yes. Sir, just a second.
Yes, proceed.
Yeah, sequentially, because many of the shareholders already registered their name through online, through mail, they have said, so we have to give chances to them first. So please have some patience. So we would request VC speakers first. NSDL team, I would request to please unmute them one by one. So first, Mr. Manush Banerjee.
I am audible, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello. I am audible. Hello.
Yes,
I am
you're
audible, ma'am.
sir. You're audible, sir. Please continue.
Okay. A very good afternoon to everyone, respected CMD, esteemed board members and fellow shareholders. Myself, Manush Banerjee, joining this virtual AGM of TIL Limited from Kolkata. Sir, This has been a challenging year for our company and the industry as a whole. But the one big positive I see is the huge order book the company is carrying. I appreciate you and the entire team for winning these orders in a competitive market. This shows that customers still have faith in our company. Your leadership during tough times gives confidence to shareholders like me. In difficult cycles, leadership matters most. We understand that turnaround takes time. I have faith that under your guidance, our company will come back stronger. I wholeheartedly support all the resolutions by remote e-voting. Now I have some observation for your kind consideration. Sir, we have committed 109.01 crore to acquire a 60% stake in TIL compression. When can we expect this new clean energy vertical to become earnings accelerative and how it complement our legacy heavy equipment business? My second query is, what is the exact timeline for developing newly raised equity funds into high margin segment like defense manufacturing? And my final query is, sir, which business segments will be the focus to improve EBITDA margins? Before I conclude, I extend my sincere gratitude to our respected Company Secretary, Madam Chandrani Chatterjee, and her full team. She is one of the best officers. Whenever I have requested any clarity, I have always received a prompt reply in very little time with complete details. I thank her for her dedication, transparency, and shareholders' friendly approach. Thank you, Madam. Chairman, sir, thank you to the board, the management, and entire TIL family for their unwavering dedication to sustainable long-term growth. We look forward to reaching greater heights together. Thank you, sir.
Hello, NSJ team, please unmute Mr. Ashik Kumar Pathur.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are fully audible.
Good noon, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, Company Secretary, fellow members joining at AGM of TIL Limited. 51st AGM of TIL Limited. My name is Ashik Kumar Pathak, joining from Damdam, Kolkata. At first, my esteemed gratitude to our Company Secretary, Mrs. Chandani Chatterjee, and Assistant Deputy Company Secretary, Shucheta Ma'am, for enhanced support to me and allow me to speak at AGM. Sir, last year financial year performance impacted various parameters. Also, significantly increased reserve and surplus near to 40.53 crores against 16.06 crores, and shareholder funding also increased to 111.18 crores against 82.66 crores. Excellent initiative for shareholder value creation. Sir, I have specific points. In page 27, the order book stands approximately rupees 274 crores as on 31st March 2026. Can my also order in hand 116.7 crore and pipeline 157.1 crore? So, my view is that can my company's management team break down this order book between manufacturing and services and clarify the expected margin profile upon execution, which we are looking forward. I notice the finance cost increased to 46.26 crores against 29.10 crores. So what is our strategies for optimization of finance cost? In page 66 and 68, following the conversion warrants and subsequent rights issue of partially paid up share, what is the current net worth position post rights issue closure, and how are the proceeds being utilized access across capex and working capital? Page 102, trade receivable turnover ratio dropped significantly by 49% financial year 26. What specific steps are being taken to accelerate collection cycles and optimize working capital management? Share your thoughts. Page 7 and 17, the renewal of 5 years dealer sales of service agreement with Hister Asia Pacific. How has market share for reach stackers and high capacity forklifts progressed against competitors. Page 18, how much do aftermarket services and preventive maintenance and spare parts sales contribute to the company's total revenue, and what growth is projected for the segment going forward? Page 24, there were the three warehousing complexes with the ongoing implementation of SAP ERP and other digital tools across the facilities. When does my company expect full system stabilization and complete digital integration across procurement or production and finance? I have last two questions. Page 21, with the recent commercialization of products like Carry King 515 and TMS 885, what is the research and development expenditure budget allocated for the developing higher capacity cranes in the 110 ton to 300 ton of range? Page 43, despite winning workplace culture awards, what is the current attrition rate among the skills, shop floor workmen and technical engineering staff? And how is talent retention being maintained? Now, my final question is, in 1 megawatt rooftop solar plant at KGP meets 90% difference to 90% of energy requirements at less than 50% of grid cost. Are there any concrete plans to replicate this renewable energy model at Kamarhati facility? And with the appointment of cost auditors, financial year 26-27, special business item number 4, MS Radhakrishnan and company, what specific cost optimization levers have been identified to curb manufacturing overheads and improve operational margin? I pray to God for everybody good health of my company and prosperity of my company. Namaskar, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pathak. Then our next speaker is Mr. Subhash Kaur.
Am I audible
Yes, sir.
and visible? Hello.
Can you hear
Yes,
us?
sir, you're audible, sir. Please continue.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chairman, sir, esteemed members of the board and fellow shareholders. I am Subhash Kaur joining from Kolkata. First of all, Chairman, sir, your speech was outstanding and provided valuable insight about our company. Sir, I extend my best wishes to the Chairman, sir, and the entire management team. I appreciate your continued efforts to enhance the company's business. The order book has grown to over rupees 274 crore. And following the strategic investment by the Gainwell Group, the company has made encouraging progress in enhancing its operational capability and growth prospect. I wish the management every success in achieving sustainable growth and creating long-term value for shareholders. I strongly support all the resolution passed through remote voting. Sir, I have two questions. My first question is the union budget has significantly increased infrastructure spending on roads, railway, port, and logistics. How is the company positioned to capitalize on those opportunities? And what is the company's outlook for order inflows in FY 2026-27? And final one, sir. The company has two advanced manufacturing facilities and strong technology partnership with global leaders. Are there any plans to expand manufacturing capacity or introduce new product to meet the growing demand from infrastructure and logistics sector? Sir, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our company's highly experienced and investor-friendly company secretary, Madam Chandrani Chatterjee, and the entire investor service team for their outstanding support and excellent investor service. That's all from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Kaur. Our next speaker is Mr. Shubhi Nagar.
Hello.
Hi, good noon to everyone. Respected Chairman, distinguished Board of Directors, myself Sunil Kumar Muduk, joining this meeting from my residence, Kolkata. Sir, I thank Secretary and her team for maintaining cordial relationship with the investors. Mrs. Chatterjee, Secretary, and Sujata Ma'am coordinate every time. I thank them. Sir, in regard to financial results, TIL reported a net loss of 30.86 crore against profit last year 2.90 crores. My questions: what specific steps you have taken to wipe out the losses and place the company on profit zone? What is your capex program? Are you setting up new operating units and expanding expanding its manufacturing presence? Sir, what is your international branch expansion? Sir, I have casted a vote in favor of the resolutions. Before I conclude, I for thank the management for the awards and accolades received last year, and also thank for the factory visit for the shareholders and providing me this opportunity to speak on this platform. Sir, 50 years memento is due. Kindly consider. With this, I conclude. Thank you. Thanking you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Modak. So our next speaker is Mr. Gautam Mundi.
Am I audible, ma'am? Am I audible, Chandani, ma'am?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Please continue.
Thank you, sir. Very good noon and namaskar. Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, my online fellow shareholders. Myself, Gautam Nandi from Kakurgachi, Kolkata. Very old equity shareholder of your company. Sir, I have received the annual report, notice, joining link through email well in advance. I have also received the hard copy of your annual report as requested for. So my hearty thanks to our respected company secretary, Ms. Chandani ma'am, very sober, well behaved, and a very dynamic lady, and our whole team, including Sujata ma'am, for rendering very good services to our minority shareholders. So thanks. Sir, you are organizing your annual general meeting through hybrid mode in a very smooth manner like the previous year. So thanks again. Sir, I am very pleased to receive your wonderful annual report, which is very informative and self-explanatory. So thanks for your excellent representation. Respected Chairman, sir, your introductory speech was very much informative and also very encourageable. You have explained everything regarding the performance of our company in your beautiful speech. Just I like to share one or two things. Sir, what is the roadmap for the next 3 to 4 years, especially related to the growth of our company? Sir, who are the main competitors in our country? Sir, is there any plan for diversification or expansion program in near future? Sir, I hope you have adopted AI technology in your company. If so, please tell us how this technology is helping our company for further modernization. Sir, one request, please arrange a factory visit in this coming winter season. Sir, I am very proud and very happy with your company, and I have full trust with our strong management. So, along with my family, wholeheartedly support your all resolutions which you have already casted through our e-voting. Sir, looking forward with a positive outlook towards our company with a higher profit margin and return. Sir, may God bless you, sir. Stay safe, stay healthy. Namaskar, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Our next speaker is Mr. Amit Kumar Anand.
Hello, may I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Please continue.
Good afternoon to everyone. Respected Chairman of the meeting, other board members present, myself, Amit Kumar Banerjee from City of George, Kolkata. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak such a wonderful occasion. It is a dual annual meeting of our company, TIL Limited, 51 annual meeting of the company. Our company is manufacturing, marketing of materials, handling, lifting, port equipment, and road construction solutions. Yes, welcoming address of our respected chairman, Mr. Sunil Kumar Chaudhary. Very, very nice and encouraging and also informative. Thank you for the same. So, as regards the performance is concerned, it is a mixed one. Total revenue reduced, net loss also reduced compared to last year. EPA is also down to negative from positive. High debt to equity ratio, negative cash flows from operations. Sir, what is the key reason for lower profitability and steps taken to overcome? Kindly share your views and what steps taken to reduce and cost minimization. Kindly share your views. I hope our company will overcome certain risks and maintain definitely best result yet ahead. I thank all team members for such a beautiful video conferencing meeting today. Myself, Amit Kumar Banerjee, over to you for further proceedings. Thank you, sir.
So now we will move to our physical shareholders. First, I will request Mr. Anita to the right. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Chairman of the meeting, other dignitaries on the rest, employees of the company, my fellow shareholders. My name is K.S. Rao. I am a member of this institute, and I thank Madam Chatterjee, Madam. You must be thinking that I'm a bit confused about my schools. So that's normal. Anyway, sir, in your statement, I can only say that your legacy of honesty and determination and your purpose reflect from every word you say in there. I mean, that's beautiful. I thank our company secretary, Ms. Chandran Chatterjee, and all other employees under her supervision for her outstanding investor service. So this year, the hard copy of the annual report is unimaginably attractive. I have never read any annual report so minutely before. Not the whole book, a few pages, but almost all the important points. I read it this year, this way, because of your dedication and devotion at TIL Chairman sir. Sir, in the page number 6, second line, third column, I think, another 600 word. If we use the word production personnel sounds more decent and neutral, because the word is this why this year it just the right person at the wrong place or wrong person at the right place. So you understand what I mean. So that more reason. And sir, we have for the next 5 year dealer and sales and service agreement with TIL Asia Pacific renew. Does it mean that in case of any technical trouble after sales, their technical hands will come and fix it? And are we the dealer of their products, sir? And what amount of fees or that's we are paying to them? As for the design, the look and color matching of our products are differently attractive. Revenues and profits are not healthy as we are still under transition phase. This is very wise. We have stepped in clean energy sector, CNG, energy, and hydrogen. The word, sir, no, the word in Middle East, on and off and on, because of Trump. So it's like Charlie Chaplin. I'm sleeping and I'm sleeping and awake. So, and almost all the military bases, civilian and industrial structures are destroyed. Are we able to penetrate there with our products? And sir, thank you for your consent to the factory visit for us. It was Madam Chandrani, Madam, and her whole team for organizing and a knowledgeable, enhancing, and memorable factory visit. I thank everybody at TIL for gifting us that day. With my profound respect to the departed souls of TIL founding figures, late Abhijit and Sumit Mojumdar, and my soulful support to our chairman, Sri Sunil Chaturvedi for his positive and foresight in this industrial sector and his compassion for everybody else, whether employees, shareholders, or others. I put an end to my verbal presentation with all my good wishes for you all till we meet at the next AGM of a more promising, vibrant, and assuring TIL. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Roy. I will request next Mr. Tapas Bhatkar. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Respected Chairman, distinguished board members, esteemed MPs, ex-student and Viva Staff Secretarial team, and my fellow shareholders in the auditorium. I myself, Tapas Kumar Dotto, an equity shareholder of TIL Limited. The theme of duty is joy forever. I witness the beauty of this mark at your colorful plan. Participating the planned visit program. This was an excellent program organized by our quite experienced Pradhani Madam in efficient manner. I can remember her dedication and tireless efforts with great difference. This workshop can be considered a template where what is was it. Decorated pandals are built to celebrate the program. I want to come to our feast to my heart content. Dedicated staff, devoted workforce, cutting-edge technology, and seamless production process are your eternal glory. Let me live, let me pray thee. Namami, Amalam, Amalam, Apulam, Jalan, Apulam, Vande. Now I am only with the reality of financial statement. Finance cost is the Fagvia of operating. This has increased about 59% or over the last year. Okay. And those accounts have been big. Have the finance cost increased at an accelerating speed. But another point in page 123. Gas generation is held up with debtors and inventory. Indicating this of that day increasing and accumulation of moving stock and obsolete stock. Oh, it's stumbling block. Generate positive cash flow. Page 138. Capital work in progress. Projects have projects have exceeded their original timeline. How much? They exceeded their original cost. That is original budget. Page 155. Cost of material consumed. A very vital point. There is no clarification. In page 155, you are just showing cost of material consumed. So how have you had this? Materials at the beginning, adding, purchase during the year, they are not shown. Less materials at the end of the year. All are limited. So again, page 155, 26. Purchase of traded goods. So who is traded goods? I will pass. The breakdown is given, it's to be given. So page 155, 54, sale of products, manufactured goods, details of manufactured goods is omitted, traded goods, details of traded goods are omitted, and sales of services, these are also omitted. Clarification is needed. Sir, page 155, 116, distributed dues. So there are many disputed dues. How much have you spent for this disputed dues? Legal expenditure. With these two remarks, sir, I have already sent some of my queries to your solicitor. That's why I continue. Thank you for this.
Thank you, Mr. Datta. We will definitely reply to your queries you will send to our department. I will now request Mr. Dhavi Kopshi. No. Good afternoon.
Members, I said, thank you, Kopshi. Thanks to our Mr. Madam, and also to our secretary for making this conference and also to our NSDIP also. Thanks again for the active visit to have organized or said very different service. I'm looking forward to get further visits in that possible. So the speech was very informative, shared about companies, growth strategy and future prospects, and also politics also. So what are the strategy to be on the positive side in the company? What steps are we taking? And outlook for the next phase of sustainability goal. We have planned for expanding our product portfolio and to be a ready future ready TIL. Kindly share thoughts regarding this. And implementation of technology for the better efficiency in all fields. Kindly share that. And regarding government policy, you have said, what is the capital allocations are we taking for allocation of funds regarding this? Kindly share that. And great to know that we are employing the women workers in different departments and opportunity and inclusive next in their workplace. That's a very good place. Nothing bad move because 20% are already we have that don't want to keep them. Thanks for the and we shall compare all the best in the company. What we see of integrity. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bakshi. Now, I would request Mr. Ambedkar Nath. Good afternoon, sir.
Respected Chairman, MD, Mr. Sunil Kumar Chaturvedi, esteemed members of the board. I am honored in the Mantraya and to be shareholder of TIL the first annual meeting. Special thanks to our Royal Experience Company Secretary, Ms. Chandani Chatterjee, who always maintained cordial relations with the shareholders and her secretarial department rendering good and service. I would also like to sincerely appreciate the management for arranging the effective visit as a part of company's 50th anniversary celebration. It was a wonderful and informative experience, giving us an opportunity to understand the company's operation more closely. I was particularly impressed by the warm hospitality, courteous behavior, and helpful attitude of the company's employees. The food and the other arrangements were also very well organized, making the entire experience truly memorable. So that's an observation. First, the company has highlighted its long-standing association with India's infrastructure and industrial development. Good the management share its vision for further strengthening its legacy in the coming years to share with you. The next observation, the company has strategic partnership with global leaders such as Monitor, TIL, and others. How does the management see this partnership may support the company's future? With our observation, the company is serving multiple sectors, including defense, infrastructure, logistics, construction, mining, and railways. Sir, which sectors does the management see as having the strongest growth potential? The last question, the management share how the company plans to maintain its competitive edge while developing the next generation construction and material handling equipment to share the group. Have cast my vote in favor of the resolution. Have full trust for strong and efficient management. I wish our companies continue success and profile. I believe under the leadership of our officer, with the support of our great officials and staff, our company will reach new heights. Thank you for your care. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raj. Now I request Srishti. Okay, so first let the people who have already registered to speak. Thereafter, we will take up your request, okay? Mr. Pal, we had a discussion, right? Please, answer. Please, thank you. I have a couple of questions. So firstly, each pastor has to get that are both of facilities and extended improvement fee levels and condition and implementation. Our current order book revenue facility comes from banking, which segment has reports from mining of things to get handling, driving the order and goes for us. And then you should also have times contributing to the revenue. What is the share of ideas in different countries as mentioned some of the parts were imported from so what kind of products are getting connected to such political issues, how much is indigenous manufacture and importers in this? And what are the new product launches standard that being how are you managing work at the receivables, especially the government and PSC in the defense and states of government and social work. Bifurcation in terms of volume and revenues for a key product, leads, sample, not selling things and and what is our product delivery roadmap this year and what was the scale in 2026? We have indicated that 5 to 6 products for non-sector assistance and upgrade and the government is expected on timeline. The very contribution of this was on the main forward. We receive IT for any claim. So I want to understand what is the outlook of the development IT and the non-computer dynamics in such segment. And so as in they are also looking at some of the orders from the game side as well. So I just want to understand what kind of opportunity and like of TIL as government as announced or like close of shipyards and all new companies like this and extensively expanded. They also, see all the money side the orders so how can you it and how should be for TIL limited. And lastly, just wanted to know the margin profile that you're looking to this year and normalize simply suspense and because that we are maybe season. So how should we look at these costs in this year? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So now we have came to our registered speakers. So some of you present here are also have requested for having to speak. I will only request we are running out of time. So at least if 2 or 3 of you can have the speak. So, one second, sir. There, first, so, and I have 2 or 3 people who want to speak first. Your name, please, sir. Okay, that's okay. They also want to speak. Yes, 3 of them. Yes, sir. Opposition. Peter Stanley. Okay. So let Mr. Tandon speak first, then I will give you, sir. Okay? Thank you, sir.
Afternoon, Board of Directors, and the solution. Myself, Guru Tandon, Deputy Shareholder. Before I start, I was taken aback that what is the speaker registration system? Generally, in the physical meeting, when we come to the hall, we register ourselves on the serial number. But there was no mention that we need to register on. Had it that opportunity been there, I would have done. Now coming again, the secretarial service. I had requested for the physical balance sheet to email, and I am still awaiting any response from the secretary. Neither the balance sheet was sent across to me, physical, which I had requested, or neither any reply. I wonder how he functioned. Now, since I got the kind enough that I have received the physical copy, now coming to the index inside the report, the index is not in. Surprisingly, we have this good secretarial department, they're paying money, the index is not in. If you come to the standalone financial results, this is page number 108. You can see what is there. फुर्सत की नहीं है देखने का काम क्या है नहीं है उन्हें जिसको बोलना चाहिए सैलरी मिल रही है आप इसकी रिजर्व करके चले जा रहे हैं सर दिस इज टू द डायरेक्टर सर we should take care of these people who are not responsible for this part. I was going through your speech. I'd like to know explicitly if it is in product wise, that what is the percentage of the foreign component and the Indian component? How much we are dependent, because as we told that last quarter, just because of the foreign component, we could not complete the order. So what is the percentage at dependency? If that is known, that will be better. Now, okay. Coming to page number 160. I don't know why I just take the first one. Income tax at 1961, there is an income tax rate from the year 2011, 12 to 2013, 14. It is 92 lakhs. And we know explicitly how much money we have spent on this from legal charges. Are we not spending good money or bad money on this small amount, which is spread over 15 years? Probably it is 92 lakhs, and we have spent 4 times the amount just on defending it. So there is a change of guard. I wish to give you free hand. You also said you are not satisfied with the result. So if you could share that what benchmark is like. With these few remarks, I like to do. Thank you for question. I think it's very critical, but my idea is to improve on our workforce and the quality of service we provide. While coming here, I had requested to register my name to one Mr. Saito. When I contacted him that what is my number, he was hesitant to part out his name. Then he said, I'm not an employee of the company, I'm the part of the company. At least when you have the speaker who are helping the shareholder, at least we should have the responsible person who should give a feedback. One of the shareholder was complaining that he never received the balance sheet in spite of asking outside. We should have sufficient number of balance sheet of things for person who are coming to have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, if the comments are not critical, we have the advisory for us, all our suggestions. Don't worry about it. Please criticize as many times as you need to, but they are good comments.
Change of guard, some question is the change of guard. It will require to turn around. As we just want to know that when the company will come in a dividend, that will be our basis.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tandon. Thank you very much. I would just request one thing, sir. You may have missed out. You have requested in our notice for registration of space, sir. You may ask me. Anyway, you may have missed. That's no problem. Anyway, may I ask the next person? Please, please.
Good afternoon, Board of Directors and my fellow shareholder, myself, Dr. Kumar Rai, and equity shareholder. As I am this qualified atmosphere, so I would like to know, so, and emphasize on the financial point in this company, not this company, but all of the company. It is a conglomerate company in the business sector, but the performance during the last several years, this last situation is not at all satisfactory. Now the management has been changed and management owns the promoter owns the 70% shares and rest are the public shareholders. No institutional, no FI, anything to own the company share. Why they avoid the company? First of all, you have to know. Is the performance is not at all a remarkable way. It cannot generate the profit. What is the key area to improve? Sir, I just mentioned just one point in principle 121. Borrowing has been enormously high from the last year 108 crore to 252 crores. So this much of borrowing you have increased. How the company performs in the profitable manner. What is the use of this large fund? What is the cost of the capital? You have company has paid during the year, but the operation is not a satisfactory. Which our beloved chairman mentioned in his speech. When the company came into the very good profitable mode to declare the dividend, a long way to go. Hope the next future plan is ready and company will be in a position to improve the result in the coming year. Whatever may be, I am the shareholder, I look forward and interest of the company for next few years until I sold my share. But I am very much glad, whatever may be, I sold or hold. That is not the point. Point is, company make the profitable and make it remarkable journey in the capital market by the improving its operating performance. Then how it to be? How it to be improving the efficiency? Board of directors contains not large number of capital companies. They will have the capacity to quantify the accounting in the monetary term. But first of all, you have to improve the company, the management has to improve the operating performance. Until and unless if you execute the order in a profitable way, this sector is a very good profitable sector. I don't like to name the company, but it is better to name the company. Action Construction Equipment. It is a very new age company. Their product is similar to our company's product, more or less similar, but their profitability is much higher. Why we are lagging them? This has to be the pinpointed, and this point to be removed in the coming year. Then we see the profitable balance sheet and declare the dividend. Then now it is the share price is 260 in the vicinity. Then it will reach when the company will declare the dividend. Then I think that it will go much beyond 260, at least double. Promoter will be the main beneficiary as they hold the 70% share. We are the small shareholder. Okay, sir, I conclude my speech. Last year, I missed the factory visit. If you can arrange this year, I can attend the factory visit and see the company's operation in my eye at that time. Hope you will take a judicial decision, and if it is possible, then I can visit the company for a client. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Notification. Notification.
Have a good day. I am Shah. My respected chairman and board of directors, independent directors, and the company secretary madam, both the assistant company secretary madam, then Shiketa madam, she is also behind working in hard. It's great for me that I get chance to speak such a beautiful day. 29th July, our 51st annual general meeting is going on. First of all, I thank to our previous year, we raised the queries about the factory. And this is the truth. And our company and organization, our board of directors, and our own system organize this beautiful arrangement factory visit, whereas we understood the product, the manufacturing zone, the area of manufacturing zone, how they are working with us. And the export zone. And also the matter of importing area, what the product we are importing and how we finish it to make it finished. Really great terms. And also I thanks to our board of directors. Please arrange if possible, then again, if possible. It's also important. But also for so many persons is not get better. My first one is not better. So at least give chance to arrange it also. Sir, this is my 21st, our page number 21st. If you observe it, sir, there are certain companies, our company is related with different areas, mainly the outside of India, in New Zealand, in Australia, in Mauritius, in Vietnam, and so on, so on. But one thing is that our company really it is related with defense sector and also the related with defense products. So non-defense products also related the others area, whereas NTPC, whereas the LLMT and also the Tata Steel. Sir, rise about, think about and do something aggressively on within 2030, where we get chance for non-defense area also. That is the big place for two boosts. Always I do. And also thanks to our company secretary, our board of directors search beautifully. Because this day, our India, whether we are working with different company outside India. So our India is mainly it is best and also it is the part of our one nation. So in this day, I wish a good year and good result and good dividend. Our magistrate, our chairman, our standard accountant, our all our leader who is organizing this thing with a profitable way and near future. We believe it. Our India is the the guru, the word is guru is related with our common dictionary. Guru is very common in French language or in English language. But also that is another word is Mr. Guru. So both of them are thanksgiving to the Thanksgiving Day to our manager, to our global planning, and to all shareholders, and to all shareholders who are watching this program near future also whenever it gets chance. Thank you very much. I am Kanu Shah. Wish you a good year ahead and good result and good dividend also. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Sam.
Thank you very much, Mr. Taha, for all your being here. So we have come to the end of the speaker. Actually, you want to say something, Mr. Taha? Thank you. Though you have already said your query, we will definitely get back to you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Mr. Sir, page 26. Sir, I mentioned you secure additionally 100 post new order. Sir, I'd like to know what is the order position as on bid. Then same page you write parity 550 advanced stage of construction. Sir, what is the position? It is position or no? Then sir, page 27. 1 megawatt solar plant power which is actually 90% of the plant energy. Sir, why we are going for 100% energy? What is your future plan regarding this solar plant energy? There's a page 49. So you name is several senior management person. In this connection, I like to know the company had any risk management officer and chief information officer. There's a page 51. Certification ratio ISO 16,920 in progress. Sir, what is the status? What is certification or not? Page 77. Document ceremony. I found a neighbor Sri Mulemne, who is expert 1 year back. How Sri Development may serve with medicine. It's a page. You will mention patent granted for PISCF frame design. Sir, I'd like to know how many patent company have you?
Mr. Taha,
Just a minute. Page 97 out to. Sir, in this correction, I'd like to know what is CapEx plan next 2 years and what is the future roadmap? Sir, page 103. Legal assistance and industrial relation. So in this selection, I like to know, have you done employee satisfaction survey? If you know, what is the score of this survey? Energy. Sir, have you done energy audit regularly? Have you certified with ISO 51,000 for energy management? consider 100K 10 years freelancer highlights. But I found some important parameters missing this page. This is good value, return on capital employed, return on equity.
ফোন আসছে
Then what are the expected margins that we have? So we are every single day, I want to assure our shareholders, every single day that we come to office or go to a plant, our effort is to improve our costs, reduce our costs, improve our EBITDA margin, reduce our financials. These are few things which are uppermost in our mind. And how do we grow with these constraints? You will be surprised, many of you have commented on that. Thank you for your comment. We continue to have today about 200 crore of orders. I have not seen too many quarters where the order book came down significantly to 100 orders. Nothing. We are constantly, there is order flow is happening. We want to create our position in the market. So in some cases where the TIL, where TIL has vacated the market for a long time, because competition has entered. In some competitors which are beyond our country's boundaries, those competitors have entered. We are not looking at EBITDA in that case so much in transaction basis. We are wanting to create our product so that our products go there through aftermarket and to be able to develop our product. But at times we take very opportunistic deals to make sure that TIL remains in the loop and remains with the customer irrespective of we should not impact losses. That is of course about consideration. So every day that we come to office in factory, we are talking about EBITDA, cost control, finance cost reduction, debt reduction, and better profitability, and at some point of time, certainly dividend for country. High finance costs, I have just spoken about. It is artificially last year's finance cost was high. This year I'm expecting the finance cost to moderate because you have given us so much of money in terms of all the shareholder distribution. Some of you have commented about last year's promoter holding. To the extent I know, the latest number that I have, the promoter holding is 61.3%. It's not 70% anymore. Luckily for us, our promoters are also very open people. They want to invest more in the company. They have invested 60 crore in this company in the most difficult time when we were not able to pay for funding. They are at about 60-61%. TIL, as you know, for last several decades, it has been around promoter level shareholding of 56%. So it's just about 4-5% higher than this. CapEx cycle. Many of you have asked about CapEx cycle. Now CapEx, let me tell you that the plant utilization today, I think level 60 is also. Plant utilization varies between Kharagpur, which is a more modern plant, newer plant, and Kawahati, which is old plant. Kawahati, we would hover around 70-75% of capacity utilization. Can we go to 100%? Can we go to 95%? We cannot, because the problem is, when you produce a thing, there are several stages of that manufacturing process. It is not only fabrication, there is machining, there is paint. I can tell you the example of Kamarati itself. The paint shop, one of you has asked the question, what is this capital work in progress? We wanted to put up a new paint shop in Kamarati. Unfortunately, the area around Kamarati is very densely populated area. Citizens there don't allow us to operate normally because obviously the factory makes some noise, there are machineries, old machineries which are making noises. So we are trying to work through that. We will perhaps do a paint shop at Kharagpur, a more paint shop at Kharagpur, so that the plant load can be optimized. While Kharagpur operates around 70-75%, and we can't go beyond that because some processes are bottlenecks here. We will perhaps at some point of time think about adding one more machine and the whole capacity addition can go, capacity utilization can go up. In case of Kharagpur, we are still hovering around 50-55% on the whole. In some machines, in some processes, we are 110% capacity. In some other machines, in some other processes, we have 30% capacity. In an engineering manufacturing company, it is very complicated to, and in a company like TIL, which has suffered so much in the last decade or so, to bring the plant capacity utilization to an optimum. We are working hard on it. We believe we will have to incur some amount of bridging CapEx, not very large, let's say 5 crore, 7 crore. We are also, last year, if you remember, I had made an announcement that some of the processes, like vending processes,
we want to automate and robotize if it is possible. We are working through those plans so that we can install robotics and make sure that some of our vending quality improves, at least for the products which we propose to now export outside India. Okay. That's CapEx. Collection cycle data. Many of you have raised this question about collection cycle. Why March data are so bad? Again, transaction to transaction, it becomes a challenge. In the month of February and March, your company has delivered an exceptionally good Air Force missile handling crane to Air Force. All the cranes were delivered by 31st March. But the payment for that all was, and this was a large order. The total order size would be 65 crore plus tax, so total collection would be about 76 or 77 crores or something like that. Now this entire thing was delivered in the month of February and March, but the money for that started coming subsequently. Now by and large, a lot of money has already come. Remaining will come this month at the end or by 15. So at times, these kind of very large transactions which we are suddenly pushing into the system that let's deliver air forces in our sense of urgency, we don't do civilian products that much focus. At that time, obviously our intention is to support our Air Force and Army first. That's our first priority. It always is. So because of that, the debtors are looking slightly higher. I do not see debtors or debtors position to be carrying any kind of significant write-offs. Not at all. I don't wish to see any write-offs. If you have seen your company has written off before I take over, there's so much of write-off which has happened in the last 25 years time. In fact, hundreds of crores have been written off due to those times because some of those things have been. After the change of management, we have not written off. There is enough provision for expected credit loss. India's accounting requires us to do that provision. ECL provision is called expected credit loss. It is sufficient. Even if there's a payment problem, there's a disputed payment or something like that, you can, without impacting the P&L has already been impacted and a provision has been created. That based on the auditing. So rest assured, debtors have no difficulty at all. Some of the debtors are old debtors, it's a BEML. Now BEML, the contract was signed way back in 2020. The contract was signed that the missile cranes will be supplied by TIL. They will be installed by BEML on the tractor truck range, which BEML will produce. And after they are installed, then the payment will come to people. Your company, after the change of management, supplied all cranes in the first stage. All, 100%. They had given us 2 years. We said we will supply in 1 year because obviously BEML wanted them urgently. Now BEML is taking time in manufacturing tractor trucks. They have their own standards. Because they are not able to produce trucks at that speed and therefore our cranes are kept with them, we are not getting paid because of a contractual condition which was there in 2020. Now we are stuck. 25-30 crores of rupees will come as and when trucks come and our cranes will respectively. So some of these old contracts are the legacy challenges we are facing, but rest assured there is no bad thing. The BML, Chairman and I will be discussing. The team is very cooperative. In fact, we are looking at a major, larger opportunity set with the what is the one? I think Mr. Patak asked, what is the highest market share of lead seconds? Any idea what is the biggest number in market share?
I think this year will be somewhere around 35.
So around 35% market share is with us. That is because Hyster could not meet our total demand. That was the case. Concor had given us an order for 26 weeks. So this year, reach cycle capacity, the manufacturing capacity is going up. If you have noticed, in my speech, I had mentioned that some of the routine processes we are outsourcing. We don't want to load our plant. That is for bumping up our reach cycle supply. We want to go to a level where 3 to 4 reach cycle every single month we will do. Some to customers like Concor, some others to customers like which are the retail customers. Like rental and various other services for locations. Okay. Aftermarket parts. So aftermarket, as I said, it has been a slightly disregarded area. If you remember, last year, our aftermarket revenue went somewhere in the range of 50 to 55. And many of you have asked the question, what is this traded goods? Traded goods are the components which we buy from outside and sell. Those components are not manufactured. There are some proprietary components of ISA, proprietary components of Microwatt. Those are not allowed to for us to manufacture. But rest of the components are. So they are just basically traded goods for us, but they are part of our turnover. Ms. Patel asked, when will the system of production and finance ERP is being installed? Many other things which are happening. When will this stabilize? So this is the year in which the system should stabilize. ERP has come into force, CRM has come into force. There is a field service management digital system which has been introduced in TIL. That will come into force in this year. Finance, we did not have because TIL has operated on an old Oracle system which was in very bad shape. Fortunately, we could manage to run it. Now we are, tomorrow onwards, we will be running on SAP. So all information in IS will be available on fingertips to all the senior executives of the company. Far more transparency in technology. Production, again, in the production, there are a lot of, as I said, IIM Mumbai had done a lot of work with us. We have tried to streamline the production processes. There is a new manufacturing head who has joined us, very, very experienced person. He is helping us out with streamlining the entire production process so that, and digitize the same production process, so that, before, as soon as the order becomes visible, once the order becomes part of the order book, or even there is a 70 to 80% certainty about the order being won, the entire chain should move. The supply chain people should start ordering parts. The plant should become ready for accommodating that load in time frames, week by week, day by day. So there is a whole process which moves, and that process we want to digitize, like most of the larger manufacturing organizations have. So there's a work which is started on that. Why can't we increase solar? Yes, sir, we are thinking of expanding solar. These days, in fact, we don't have to do our own capex. There are people who are wanting to do capex, and we still get cheaper. So we are weighing all options, but sustainability and one of you has asked the question in the written question, sustainability rating. What is the sustainability rating or ESG rating that the company has? Today, SEBI regulations do not compel companies like TIL to become rated in ESG, because we are not part of that higher group of companies which have sizable business. But we are preparing ourselves. So there is a study which has been done. A consultant has done our status study of ESG. Our entire sustainability, what are the kind of energy consumption, water consumption that we are having, how can we optimize it, what kind of rating, where are the same things of improvement. In terms of sustainability, Gainwell Group as a whole, TIL in particular, we want to go to more sustainably efficient products. How? We want to make sure that our products get manufactured by steel, which is a recycled steel. Not every product should be manufactured with raw steel, right? We want to produce machines and systems which are digitally inside. If you have a lot of digital systems sitting in the machine, then you are able to predict, then you are able to evaluate data online, like all modern machines, and then OEMs are able to see the machine performance from a distance, and they can also improve and do predictive maintenance. So that is very, very important. Many of you ask about technology piece as to what we are doing. There is a whole range of technological solutions, some which are coming free of cost to us because they are part of the Gainwell Group has already developed them, and therefore it is right of use which we are taking from them. In some others, we are spending our own money. For instance, SAP of any other company cannot be used by TIL. So TIL has done its own SAP for HR systems. So we are going on this, not only the status study, but we will also do an improvement over 2 or 3 years time. We know that by 2028 or 2029, we will become part of SEBI's compliance process for ESG. So we are preparing ourselves from now. We have still 2 to 3 years time, hopefully, but we are preparing ourselves from now as to how we will become an ESG. A responsible manufacturer which addresses the call of sustainability fully from this. What are the cost optimization means? As I said, there's a very ambitious project we have taken on material cost optimization in every machine. Now here, again, while at that time I did not elaborate. See, in civilian products, going for localization and alternative sources of componentry is possible. And we are aggressively doing it. Our both partners, Hyster and Manitoba, both are very, very supportive. They don't want any components to come from there. They are saying you to provide locally, we will technically support you. But when it comes to defense products, trust me, the cranes which are the systems which are going into defense, we can't even change a nut or bolt in that unless there is an express approval from Indian Army, Indian Force or the. Those are the kind of decisions. So, however much we like, we can't localize defense products fast. We will do that because we will be able to convince the defense establishment also that we are not importing things which are from countries which are barred from the defense supplies. These are many of these are Indian local products, and we can use them. But it just takes time. So let's say we started the process last year. It may take a couple of years time before we get defense approval. Yes, you can change this gearbox. You can replace the engine. Yes, the design can be modified. So I just wanted to explain this to you so that you understand the regulatory framework in which we are supposed to do the acquisition. Mr. Subhash Kaur asked about union budget, expanded, so much of capex is happening. Sir, we are a company, as I had mentioned in my speech, we are a company that is absolutely, our heart beats with the capex budget of the government and all the state governments. We are absolutely synchronized. If the government's budgets increase on capex, not only budget, government's actual spending has to increase to that extent. And hopefully budget is the first process, so after that, the expenditure will happen. You can imagine that TIL will grow, should grow ideally in the same proportion. Now, we have said that 9% capex budget has increased. This means this year, a bare minimum 9% growth should not go away from anywhere, otherwise we are all inefficient people. I assure you we will do better than that. So, the whole government of India budget, capex budget, and the state budgets, capex budget, they are all linked to our growth and our performance. Our growth and performance is linked to. Okay, order intake. Any plans to increase manufacturing capacity? Okay, many of you have asked. Now, both the plants of TIL at this stage do not require a significant capacity expansion unless there is some major development which takes place. For instance, if we are getting into some new business line completely, we are not discounting any of this. We are exploring all possibilities. I had said in my first year's AGM presentation to you that I feel sad as the chairman, as the first citizen of this company, as the first employee of this company, that in 80 years time, now it is 82 years time, TIL's peak turnover was 480, 485. Why should a 82-year-old company have only less than 500 crore turnover? Because TIL decided in the right, wisdom that they will manufacture only very limited number of products, and those will be absolutely large market share, which was nothing. There was nothing wrong with the philosophy. Question is, in today's time and environment, will that be the right policy? Our board of directors, you're right, sir. So our board of directors in our wisdom has felt that that policy must have been relevant for last decade or 2 decades before. Today we have to grow. We have to grow rapidly and edge out some of the avoidable competition that has entered this market because we were sick at one point of time. We were almost in the NCLT in 2023. We came out from that and started growing. We shall make sure that we deploy all the strategies in our armor to make sure that we continue growing rapidly. Why did we come out with a small crane? Fixed crane was designed long ago. IP has come now to us. It is because that carry deck crane, fixed crane, for which we have the IP, and that is the only IP we have. There's another question, right? It's a 14,000 crane market in which TIL was never playing. We want to now get there. We want to make sure that the competitors there, in comparison to whose products, our product is way too better, much, much better. This is not only a lifting system that we are providing to the market. This lifts, rotates, carries on its own back heavy load, then it goes, the truck can go out, and it can rotate and lift and unload. Our competitors' crane system requires 3 products. 1 truck and 2 cranes are needed at the unloading and loading. There are innumerable benefits of using this kind of crane. Now, this is a 14,000 crane market in which we will now enter by end of this financial year. And hopefully, next few years, we will see some sizable number coming from there. Every container handler, there is no machine, there is no equipment that we know of which is prevalent in our part of the world, which is called empty container. We created our design engineering team and design engineer this machine. And now Highstar, our partner, is so impressed with this machine, it's undergoing trial, that they want to take this technology and say that we want to really see as to how we can serve European or US or Australian markets with that machine. So these are all innovations. Last year, as I said, I felt disappointed. Our entire board was disappointed. We felt bad that we could not even measure the performance of our own in the first year. But we analyzed and realized that these were factors which were beyond our control. Could we have done better? Yes, we could have done better. Some of the things we realized are mistakes, and for each of those mistakes is a learning lesson for us. Each of those mistakes we shall not repeat in time. Okay, I want to take Mr. Moda, what specific steps to wipe out losses. As I said, sir, that is the religion that we follow. Wiping out losses, getting into profits, going to a dividend distribution stage. How fast can we do it? This is on our uppermost in our mind, 9 o'clock in the morning when we are entering our offices, our workshops and factories. Rest assured, by today I may not be in a position to give you that, 2028 I'll give you, I'll recommend a million, or 29. But trust me, we are working very, very hard to make sure that happens. We know that we have disappointed you, the company has disappointed you for the last more than a decade. It was not a distribution paying company, we want to get there. Any capacity expansion plan? No. At this stage, as I said earlier, unless there is a dramatic new development, some new product which comes up and which requires a separate plan to be set up, we do not think there is any capacity expansion at a larger scale. Yes, some bridging capex, some machine center has become bad, 70, 10 crores of rupees have to be spent. Those might be needed from year to year as we expand our business. Because these TIL machines have also been 10, 12, 15 years old. Some machines are as old as 40 years, 40, 45 years. They are last technology, 2 generations before technology machines. Now we can't immediately replace them because they are still good, they have served us well. But as we bring in robotics on the other side, slowly and gradually these old machines will give way and we go to more modern machines, more productive machines, and which can also give us precision and quality which are required by customers in India as well as outside. So we are working on that. Mr. Gaurav talked about roadmap for next 3-4 years for growth. As I said, expand our product range to become sizable, utilize your capacity fully, expand your aftermarket support, and deepen your defense business. I can't tell you, and in larger interest of the country, I will not like to share any more details with you, but I can tell you at this point of time, India's defense establishment is in touch with us for some very new product design, which is happening bi-weekly. There will be, this will be a design engineering trust they are placing on PIKP to say, can you design something like this? Last 2-3 wars, 2 of them are still continuing, the continuing wars. What happened between Russia and Ukraine and what happened between Iran, Israel and the US, there are many lessons for defense establishment. There are many lessons for the countries like this. Because we know now what products are part and parcel of the defense strategy when the war unfolds. I can tell you, one of you have asked about R&D. We are working, I would not like to specify more detail because there are different strategies arguing on. We are working on some very niche technology which will make India Atmanirbhar truly in some of the very critical defense technologies. So there are a lot of projects on which we are working. Some are very, very important. Mr. Amit Banerjee, what technology introduce, any plans of diversification? Then I say diversification is a constant thing. TIL accretion is a diversification. TIL brings in some more product. Cryogenic tanks. I had mentioned it in my announcement also. We will do all of those manufacturing. Can we package significantly larger compressor packages? Yes, there are global players which are in touch with us in TIL. TIL can't do it because that is not the large size company, TIL. We can take that business onto TIL for packaging larger compressors. Factory visit again? Yes, sir. Our plan is that every 2 to 3 years time, we want to keep you, give you an opportunity to visit your facility, your plant, and see for yourself as to what is happening. Okay. And this makes you happy. This makes our teams happy. It's a good thing. Not much of an expenditure. It is always worth it. So we will repeat it. How quickly can we do the second one? I'll come back to you. Allow me time for maybe before around next AGM. We will work out a plan when we do it again. As many of you. Mr. Amit Banerjee spoke about negative cash flow. Yes, sir. This is part of low EBITDA and high costs that are involved from our side in indirect costs. So, cash flows, a positive cash flow is in a way, things are interlinked. You have higher EBITDA margin. You move to positive cash flow. That is, it is actually. What is the purpose of a commercial enterprise if it is not throwing up cash, which is free cash? We are not an organization, we are not a company that will continue losing money. We don't want to do that. That is not our intention. That should not happen in a company like us. We want to move into positive cash flow company. We want to go to mid, let's say, double-digit EBITDA company. We should be ranging over the next 5-7 years period into a 17-18% of the capital. And we should not be lower than that. The aftermarket has to take in. So now all the levers which help us take the EBITDA margin to the next level, all the levers are being pulled. Old order book has gone, which was really contracted in 2020 or 2021 or 2022. All that is cleaned up. That was a low EBITDA margin order book because we are not delivering all that order book at current cost. So create this time. Okay. Anitno Sundar Rai, he talked about. Thank you very much, Guru Kantakme. Thank you for your comments on the annual report. Some of the weaknesses Mr. Firoz Tandon spoke about that mistake. So I'm sorry about that mistake. All those mistakes will be cleaned up. I know your comments are always very good and very informative for us. We will correct that. It is clerical error which has happened in the last 2 printing. Can we call production personnel or workers? Of course, they are truly people who really make our company. High-star renewal 5 years does it involve technical support from them? Yes, of course. It will involve technical support. Anytime we want to make changes here, High-star and Manitoba both are wanting to support us. Middle East defense market, is it open for us? Sir, so far, Mr. Roy, we are not exporting directly any defense product to any country outside India. Indirectly, our products are going all over the place. Wherever Indian government is sending its defense gear, namely its missile systems, the handling systems are part of that package which is going to different countries. So we are exporting indirectly. Civilian products we want to export now to various countries. There was a time when we were in 10 countries, we were exporting to from different parts of time to 10 countries, and we want to go back to that course. Mr. Papos spoke about finance cost. Yes, I explained. Cash generation is tied up in debtors and inventory. I mentioned that higher debtors are because of those transactions, specific transactions which took place in the month of March. Inventory levels will be optimized, Inventory level high, I want to explain maybe 30 seconds. Why is inventory level? The inventory level is high because TIL is some of the cranes that we manufacture. They are products which last you for 25, 30 years. There are cranes, customers, who have products from us supplied in 1982. I met with a customer, he says, ठीक चलता है, machine ठीक चल रही है, parts locally हम लोग manage कर रहे हैं. I mean, this is such a heartwarming thing. 1982, TIL supplied crane is still working. Now, why is our inventory level low, parts inventory high? Is because some of the products are so long lasting, some of the machines are so long lasting. For them, the insurance components have to be kept by the If a machine manufactured in early 2000 something, if the gearbox fails, that gearbox manufacturer may not even be in existence anymore. But the customer will expect us to do because we have given this as part of the entire machine. So therefore, those are called insurance parts. They will continue to be there. You can always ask, is this inventory level right for this level of turnover? I would say no. Inventory level has to come down as percent. But rather than inventory being brought down, we are wanting our turnover. So that the ratio is much okay, when we have positive cash flow, if everything goes well, hopefully we should have positive cash flow. Let's see. We are trying our best. We can't give you 100% commitment, but that's our intention. We don't want to lose money in this year. We don't want to have a negative cash flow in this year at all. This is a year in which we have to make it quick turn. Capital work in progress, I was explaining cost of material consumed. As I said, material cost optimization is a special project. Purchase of printed goods, I explained disputed use, legal expenses. So we are not in the habit of hiring expensive lawyers and fighting our legal cases. There is only one legal issue which we believe that we are right, and that case is lying with SEBI's appellate court, for which some minor rules we expect. It's not very large. It will not even be in excess of, let's say, 5 lakhs. But that is a case where TIL was penalized, Mr. Sunil Majumdar was penalized, and we believe that TIL is not in the wrong. Mr. Majumdar is no more, and we are quite hopeful that we will get that case. Other than that, we don't have any significant. And in fact, most of the legal cases, a lot of them were there when we were fighting legal battle with Shapoorji Committee. We were fighting legal battle with MDL, Mazda Dock. These are two important things which come to our mind. We were fighting legal battle with HDFC. We were fighting legal battle with a couple of other customers. Each one of those legal battles have been finished, completed. There has been either a settlement or our customers or banks like HDFC, they have decided that to resolve that entire thing. These are difficult times for TIL before 2024. In fact, many of these people are doing business. MDL has given us a large order now. They have blacklisted us at one point. Mazda Dock has given an order, which is how large is the order? About 7 crore order for very large crane. 3 RD. So we are making sure that these kind of legal issues don't persist with the company. Another thing, entry tax, if you remember, those of you who understand the whole scenario, TIL has been in dispute of entry tax payment. So there was, some total liability was, I think, 23 crore liability. This is the year, 25-26 was the year, we have done a settlement with the tax authorities. We said you take your 3-4 crores, whatever you have to pay, you pay how much? 5.6 crore, sorry, not 3-4, 5.6 crore. We paid 5.6 crore, 23 crore liabilities. We are working very hard to make sure all open issues with the regulatory authorities, customers, suppliers, they're all closed. By and large, we are now in a clean state. In another 6 months' time, hopefully, the same thing under the accurate forum where we are, that should also get. So we're quite hopeful. Which sectors are very promising for us? We have large ports and infrastructure construction which is happening, railways construction which is happening. They are sectors interesting for us. Defense is very interesting. You can say, have we supplied everything to the railways in the past? We had at one point of time. Now railways are in dialogue with us for ultra large crane, which can lift locomotive and coaches of any unfortunate accident site very fast. Otherwise today it takes 7-10 days time for all lines to be cleared and everything to be stacked. So we are working on those kind of projects for railways. So there are a number of these new products and projects on which we continue working. Srishti spoke about top 5 clients. I would say, in defense, there are different clients now. Today, when we supply to Concor, Concor will become the largest customer, largest customer for us. In defense, yes, last year I think BEL was the largest single customer for us, followed by BEL, BEL, every. So it's difficult. Indian Army directly buys. Indian Army directly buys. Coal India directly buys. So Coal India and its subsidiary. So there are different stages. Which year, which cycle they have to buy more. The top 5 clients vary from product to product. Localization level. So as I said, in some machines we are as high as 95-98%. In some machines we are 50-55%, 60%. But we have taken a call that we will reduce aggressively our manufacturing costs. And I wish I could convey to you the details in which our teams are working in terms of component by component, sources by sources, global and Indian, as to how we can optimize our costs. So a very good groundwork which is happening, and I'm very happy. Debtors position 16 spoke about new product development. We are doing I think the first AGM I had announced that every single year we come out with 1 or 2 products. We are working on that. Last year we came out with 3 products. This year again, that 515 crane is going to become 520 crane. So there is a new product we are designing and engineering. The productionization, in fact, we will do for both the cranes Can we focus more on non-defense products? We are focusing on non-defense products. IP for pick and carry crane. Is there any other IP? No, is the only IP we have. Naval orders. All of you know that shipbuilding industry in the country has got a major boost with Government of India announcing a 70,000 crore subsidy for shipbuilding in India. People from Japan, people from Korea, some others, people from Germany, they are all coming and setting up shipbuilding industry in this country. Many of them are in dialogue with us because at the time when they set up their facility, we want to get involved with them so that we can start designing engineering products for naval requirements, shipbuilding requirements. We are also within the group. We have a very deep reach and approach in marine defense marine products in terms of engines, propulsion systems. Naval has deep reach, and all the ports are all the major manufacturing facilities are using ours. We also want to dovetail TIL with that. Can we manufacture hull or some other major fabricated pieces which go into shipbuilding industry? It's a very important call for us. EBITDA margin improvement, I have spoken. Firozji spoke about sequencing. Sorry, Firozji, we moved up. It's a mistake on our part. We will make sure that we check.
Number 108, it starts with section 197 of standard wherein the key management persons annual remuneration has been. So the indexing is there has to be a inclusion there on the top of 108 that it starts with standalone related. So that's the mistake from our part. We are sorry for that. Indexing is correct. That will start from 108. So
last minute printing. Actually, this was a rushed affair. We will be careful with next time. Foreign component versus Indian component. I explained income tax 92 lakhs. We are not spending too much of money, but we don't want to take out any income tax claims that TIL has from our books, because once we do that, then income tax department has seen that the claim does not even exist in their books. That means they believe it is a settlement issue. They might get into that field. So whatever is due to us is due to us. Are we spending a lot of money on claiming that? No. Whenever the hearings happen, our own employees go and provide whatever it is.
I think I'll add one sentence to that. This 92 lakh has come up this year. This is partners to 11, 12 and 12, 13, a reassessment of that period. for certain transaction that time TIL did. It was not there last year, it has appeared this year. Therefore, it's a current case which we are pursuing. No expenditure is part in there, we are moving on our own. So it's not about this current case, but pertains to a decade-old issue.
Mr. Chairman also spoke about what benchmarks you aspire to achieve and when you become a dividend paid company. I explained that, sir, our everyday salary is being paid for doing that. And we will make sure, I don't take my salary for that, so it's okay. And that's a wrong statement, but every day work hard is working hard for doing that. Our aspiration is to do this strategy, and we shall not leave it undone. We have disappointed you this year to some extent. Hopefully, this current financial year should not be disappointing. Ashok Kumar Rai last decade performance was bad. Yes, sir. There are several years. In fact, ever since Caterpillar business was sold, TIL at that time felt that TIL will become more profitable. For some time it became, and then it clearly sank. So last decade performance has been by and large poor. We are conscious of that fact and we want to improve that. You will see dramatic changes year on year once the foundational work of the transition takes place, transformation takes place. I am reminded of a news item I read 3 days ago. Mr. M. Chandrasekharan, the chairman of Tata Group, made a statement about Air India that please be patient. It's a 10-year plan that we are working on and we will be profitable and we will. Any organization which has gone through very difficult time in Indian market and when the market has completely got flooded with competition, it takes time to come. I had myself anticipated that we will be able to do a faster turnaround. It is taking longer. So my realization is it's taking slightly longer. But I can tell you that it is not very long before we become profitable and we become very conservative. Why do institutional shareholders shy away from TIL? Sir, they shy away because of the explanation that you have yourself given. Because for last 1 decade the performance is bad. Why would institutional investors invest in a company like this? But I can tell you today that today TIL is getting repeated inquiries from institutional investors as to what is going on, what makes, what are we doing, etc., which means that various institutional investors are looking at us now. I have seen some of the foreign portfolio investors also making some small investments, which means your company is becoming more credible in the eyes of institutional investors. And we will work hard to make sure we get some good institutional investors for long-term for us. High borrowings in last quarter, I explained cost of capital, which will, when will the company come to dividend paying? That's a common question. How can the operating performance be improved? How? As I said, every single day, the idea is to get more orders, include more products, get more defense products, produce cheaper, produce better, more efficiently, and increase order return. There is no shortcut to free cash flow and high EBITDA margin and high profitability. That the only route which has to take us there goes through back-breaking hard work. And I can tell you, my entire team, and I am very proud of my team, my employees, my workers, my colleagues everywhere, whether they are colleagues on the shop floor or in the offices, everybody is working very, very hard to make sure that we lift up simultaneously. Competitors are more profitable. Yes, sir, they are more profitable. They became profitable because they took away some of our business. But we not allow that to continue like that for long. Promoters holding 70%, no, I clarify, it is 61.3% after the last rights. Mr. Adanu Saha spoke about can we repeat factory visit? Yes, sir, we will repeat factory visit. Every 2-3 years is what we were proposing, but we'll see as to whether this can be hastened. Civilian products, Mr. AP, so that is all. Adanu Saha, Mr. AP Paul mentioned about order position as on date, order position as on date is about 100 crores. 200 crores, each sector orders are 70 crores, crane orders are about 100 crores, aftermarket orders are about 15 crores, and defense separate special orders are about 13 crores. So these are the kind of audit position. Risk management officer, chief information officer. Our chief information, because we don't publicize too much, company secretary is the chief information officer. Okay. So chief if you're talking about chief informatics officer, that is different. Chief informatics officer, we have a IT head of the group who also heads our IT. So there is a position in that. 150, whether we have ISO certifications, yes, ISO certification we have, but not all. We talked about 16923, we don't have, I don't remember. I don't think this is correct, but we clarify your position. Why is Mr. Sumit Majumdar's name still existing in the shareholders list? It is there because the shares which belong to him, they have still not gone to his family yet. Why they have not gone? Because I understand, to the extent I know, that the succession certificate is still not available. The process is in the court. Once the succession happens, the shares will be registered in the name of his company. How many billions company holds? One. Capex plan, no significant capex plan. Employee satisfaction survey. Sir, we want to, I think this is a very good question from Mr. Kaur. In 26, within Gainwell Group, we believe that employees are at the core of all that. You will be surprised to know that the Caterpillar business, which is now called Gainwell Commercials, ever since that business went away, and I'm talking as Gainwell chairman now for a moment, every single year after 2017, that company transitioned in 2016, it's a great place to work certified. 8 years in sequence, it has been certified by the Great Place to Work Institute. It's a very difficult certification which is done on the basis of anonymous voting by employees. Trust score is very high. And last year, Gainwell Commercials was adjudged 49th best employer in the country. 49th best employer in the country. We are still in top 100 this year. We may not be in first 50, but in first 100 we want to take TIL onto that show. And this entire, gender diversity and some good practices which can come into the company, employees, HRMS system which we have introduced. We are in that journey. On 26-27 will be the first year when we will begin with our employee satisfaction survey. Thank you for that suggestion. Some parameters missing in the financial results. I know you have given a written suggestion also about the book value and other things. We will incorporate them in the career plan. Fixed assets valuation, when was it done? I don't know when was it done. I know for sure at the time when the change of management happened, the valuation was done. When the new banks were coming in recent quarters, the banks got the valuation. And to the extent I know that the banks found our fixed assets to be around 350 crores. Whereas in the books they are mentioned only about 55 to 90 crores. So it's a very significant thing. TIL, when they were moving into India's accounting, or it was our job, when they were moving into India's accounting, they could have brought in the book value at that time to the market value level, but that opportunity was missed. So now we know that our assets are far more valuable, but the book value is the same. Why insurance expenses have increased and have we taken directors liability insurance? Yes, sir, we have by directors liability insurance. Every single corporate governance practice that we can improve, we are improving. Never, I don't think ever in the history of TIL, we have seen an internal audit which is given to people. You will be happy to know that last 2 years we have taken from PwC to WC. Look at the board constituents. They are all people of great eminence. I'm not counting myself, but the rest of them are all people of great eminence. They bring a lot of experience to the people. The way the audit committee functions, the way the nomination remuneration committee functions, or other risk management committees, board committees function. I'm very happy to see TIL corporate governance to go to the next level. And we will continue at this because our reputation, we always say, our reputation is always built on not only what we do, but how we do it. everybody manufactures. But can we do so credibly and with such holding such high moral values and ethical values? We shall do. With those, I think I have offered all the responses to the extent possible with me at this point of time. Many of you have given written comments, which I will try and also send you responses, written responses, wherever my explanations have not been. With that, thank you very much for your comments and observations. I would like to now go to the next stage, which is the resolutions as set out in the notice the meeting was put out for e-voting, which was held during the period from 25th of July 2026 to 28th of July 2026. The result of the e-voting to be held on 30th of July 2026. I would like to inform you that as per the Companies Act, recipes are being provided to the shareholders to cast their vote during the AGM, and also accordingly they can cast their vote now when it is provided to them by NSCL. It is further to inform that the members of the company to the members that the company hereby appoints Mrs. Dipanjana Dev, practicing company secretary, having membership number F7530 and certificate of practice number 14492 as the supervisor of the e-voting. Mrs. Dev shall count all the votes after the end of the meeting, when we place the same before the company, a detailed report at the same meeting. Allow me to please now read out the resolutions which are presented today for your approval. Number one, as an ordinary resolution, resolve that the audited standalone and consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended on 31st March 2026, together with the reports of the board of directors and the auditors thereon, be and are hereby received, considered, and adopted. Who's proposing? Who is seconding, sir? Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. We take it as done. Second is as an ordinary resolution. Resolve that Mr. Alok Kumar Tripathi, director of the company, who retires by rotation at this annual general meeting, be and is hereby reappointed as a director of the company. Amit Banerjee. One of you has asked a question about Mr. Alok Banerjee's terms, whether they are Mr. Alok Tripathi's terms of appointment. I want to tell you there is no change in the terms. It's a rotational reappointment and the terms are the same as you had given us in 2024. Thank you so much. Third, as an ordinary resolution, resolve that pursuant to the provisions of section 139, 142 and any other applicable provisions, if any, of the Companies Act 2013 and the rules framed thereunder, including any statutory modifications or reenactments thereof for the time being in force. Mrs. V. Singhi and Associates Chartered Accountants, registered number 311017E, B and is hereby appointed as the statutory auditors of the company for a term of consecutive 5 years, commencing from the financial year 26-27, at such remuneration and other property expenses as will be decided by the board of directors of the company from time to time. Resolved further that the board of directors of the company be and is hereby authorized to do all such acts and take all such steps as may be necessary, proper, or expedient to give effect to this resolution. Yes, please. Sorry. Sorry. Thank you so much. Number 4, as an ordinary resolution, resolve that pursuant to the sections, provisions of section 148 and any other applicable provisions of the Companies Act and the rules framed thereunder, including any statutory modifications or reenactment thereof for the time being in force, the remuneration paid to Mrs. N. Radhakrishnan and Company Chartered Accountants on the registration number 001056, appointed by the board of directors on the recommendation of the audit committee as the cost auditor of the company to conduct the audit of the cost records maintained by the company for the financial year 24-25, amounting to rupees 1,50,000 only, plus applicable taxes and reimbursement out of profit expenses as approved by the board of directors of the company, B and is hereby making fine. Resolved further that the board of directors of the company, B and is hereby authorized to do all such acts and take all such steps as may be necessary, proper, or expedient to give effect to this resolution. Thank you, sir. Can you speak to it? Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I would now finally request all the members to electronically cast your vote, in case you have not done it now. There being no other item of agenda, I profoundly thank all our shareholders and my board members for your attendance, and I would now want to declare the meeting to be closed. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. I request all the members to please join for refreshments.
ডিসকানেক্ট করে দিয়েছো?
না করিনি, করে দেবো?
জনের নামকে জিজ্ঞেস করে
That's everybody, all the group company, all the